Hey everyone, Andy, welcome back. Today, we're diving deep into the history of something you've probably used a million times but never really thought about. The humble toothpick. It's a tiny tool with a surprisingly long and, well, let's say, straightforward history. So, grab a snack, you might need this later, and let's get into the nitty-gritty of the toothpick. Before the toothpick as we know it existed, what did people do? Imagine finishing a hearty meal and having that annoying piece of food stuck in your teeth. Sing twigs, grass stems, or even sharp bits of bone. It was a very rustic approach. It worked, sort of, but you can imagine the occasional splinter or an unexpected poke in the gums. Not exactly the most pleasant after-dinner ritual. This was basic survival-level dental hygiene. No more fancy mint flavor, no more ergonomic design, just a pointy thing to get the job done. It was effective, but definitely lacked a certain elegance. The earliest dedicated toothpicks go way back, thousands of years in fact. Archaeologists have unearthed these little implements from ancient civilizations all over the world. We're talking about prehistoric sites, ancient Mesopotamia, and even in the remains of Neanderthals. They found grooves on their teeth that suggest a habit of using tools to clean between them. These first toothpicks were crafted from a variety of natural materials. Wood was common, of course, but so were bone, ivory, and even quills from birds. Some cultures used marrows like brands. For the people using them, it was likely a purely functional act. There was no more ceremony, no more special occasion. It was just something stuck, poke, remove, done. They probably didn't sit around contemplating the profound significance of their dental tools. It was just a practical solution to a universal problem. Now, let's fast forward a bit. As societies developed, so did the toothpick. The famous Roman poet Ovid even wrote about the importance of clean teeth for attracting a lover. Some wealthy Romans had elaborate toothpick sets made from silver and even gold. They would carry them around, sometimes on a chain, ready to be brandished after a feast. A noble person might casually pull out their jewel-encrusted toothpick at a dinner table, not just to clean their teeth, but to show off their wealth and sophistication. So, we had the super fancy, gem-studded toothpicks for the rich. But what about everyone else? When did the toothpick become an everyday item for the common person? One man, Charles Forster, is often credited as the father of the modern wooden toothpick. Forster was a brilliant marketer though. He hired people to go into restaurants and the stores and he publicly asked for toothpicks. When the establishment didn't have any, the customer would make a bit of a fuss. Then, Forster would conveniently show up and he offered to sell the business a box of his machine-made toothpicks. It was a clever, if slightly deceptive, strategy, and it worked like a charm. He even got Harvard students to use them, creating an association with education and the class. They were cheap, convenient, and sanitary. People bought them in bulk, used them quietly after meals, and tossed them away without a second thought. Has the toothpick ever been the star of the show? You see it in classic films, maybe dangling from the mouth of a tough guy character to show he's cool and nonchalant. Think of old gangster movies or westerns. The toothpick became a prop, a small detail to build the character's persona. It could signify a certain blue-collar attitude or a laid-back confidence. It also found a permanent home in the culinary world. Besides cleaning teeth, it became essential for holding together sandwiches and burgers, for serving appetizers like olives and cheese cubes, and for garnishing cocktails. The little paper umbrella on your tropical drink, it's held up by a toothpick. It's a multi-talented little stick, but even with all these roles, it never became a headline grabber. It's the ultimate background player, always sir, always useful, but never stealing the spotlight. So, where does that leave us today? The toothpick is absolutely everywhere. It's in a dispenser on the counter of your favorite diner, it's in a box in your kitchen drawer, and it's probably in your car's glove compartment. The design hasn't changed much in over a century. You can get the classic round wooden ones, or the flat ones. It's a perfect example of a simple design that just works. What do you think? Do you have a favorite type of toothpick? Are you a classic wood person or do you go for the fancy mint-flavored plastic ones? Thanks so much for watching and sticking around for this deep dive into a tiny piece of history. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more stories about the everyday objects around us. See you in the next one.